Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Good morning, Mr.
Good
Felix.
morning.
Happy
You
New
say
Year
what?
to you. Happy New Year. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year. Happy New Year.
How's everything?
Hey, it's all right. How's that? It's cold here, so I know what you got down there.
Oh, it's cold down here too. It's it's,
Oh, it
it's
is?
Texas
Oh, okay.
cold and it's cold cold. It's
Oh,
supposed
okay.
to get a
It's
little bit
cold.
warmer than it would have
Say
been, but
it's
it's been
cold,
cold.
cold. Okay.
It's been cold, cold. We haven't got any snow or anything like that. Knock on wood. We don't want to send that this direction, but it's okay if we do. I know how to live with it.
Starting already.
Okay, all right. You ready, Felix? You ready?
Absolutely.
You,
Ready, ready. Let's get it. New year, new
No, no,
me.
no.
Let's
You
go.
know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say. You ready? You ready for it?
Yeah.
Felix, you were right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What we're talking about is our predictions for the bowl games. I picked 2 out of 3. Felix picked 3 out of 3. We different on the Michigan game. Uh, I was right in my assessment. Well, actually, it was 1 and 3. I said that State was going to lose, and I said, well, no, I was right. I was right. 2 and 3. I said State was going to lose. I said that Georgia was going to win, gun to my head, and I said that Alabama was going to win. And you said all 3 correctly. I still think I was correct in my assessment of the State game. In terms of me saying we were better, that they were better without their top quarterback than we were without our top running back. I don't think we had 100 yards rushing that game. If we did, it was because the quarterback picked up the difference. The other running back, it was clear to see why K9 came in and took that spot from him, and I ran up all them yards because the other guy he was tiptoeing, looking crazy out there. I wish you could have heard me and my buddies going back and forth. I kept screaming, put Hayward back in the backfield because that other guy ain't doing it. Now they can say, don't leave Hayward up tight. I said, no, trust me, put Hayward at running back. He can run all them boys over. But didn't
We
come
didn't.
through.
I told you, man. I just like this. This is a new year. Just listen to. I will take you to the promised land. Just listen to. Take you there. I told you. They man, you think they were gonna let Matt Nard what's his name? Pat Narduzzi beat them? No. Man, they done tore that check up so fast that they gave Mel Tucker that. No. No, 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 no.
It'll been some
Just
problems. I agree
just
with you on that.
just let me put the horse in front of the carriage and you'll see. I'll show you.
But I'm willing to bet still. If of course, you always say if it was fifth, we'd all be drunk. If that quarterback had not gotten hurt, it would have been a much different game than we saw.
If the quarterback, so you saying if the second string quarterback wouldn't have got hurt with the separated shoulder, they would have lost.
Mm-hmm. I think it would have been.
What game?
They would have been. I think so. I think so.
What
But
game were you watching?
I was watching the game. Then why were we down so far and had to come back in the fourth quarter like that?
Because you wouldn't have watched the game.
I was gonna watch the game
If Michigan
again.
State would have came out and just blew them off the mat, you wouldn't have watched the game, right?
Yeah, I was thinking I would watch the whole thing.
All right, okay. If it was 28 to nothing at half, you would have still kept watching it.
Mm-hmm.
With Michigan
Mm-hmm.
State winning 28-0.
Yes.
Why? The game is over. What would you keep
because,
watching it
because,
for?
because I'm a State fan. I want to be able to see the whole thing. I planned that, blocked out that plot of time
This
to
is
sit
what
and watch the
you know.
game.
What Barack said. This is why the reason gas is high right now because see, it's people like you. You,
What I
if
got to
the
do with the
game
price
is
of gas?
28
I want the
nothing,
price of
the
King
game is
China.
over.
I'm not saying the game would have been over. I still would have been watching.
For what?
Because
What would be
when
the point of
my
watching?
time.
Who?
That's for lay people. I'm a fan. I'm a fanan, which is short fanatic. I'm a fanatic fan of Michigan State University. I would have watched the entire game. Just like I watched the entire game when
You
Michigan
know what?
got beat.
See, okay. Since it's a new year and we working together, don't invite me over to watch games with you. If the game is over, I'm ready to go home.
Well, that's your right. That's your right. That's your right. Now,
That
Alabama
doesn't
still
make sense.
it makes sense to me because I'm a now put it like this.
Okay.
Now, if the Lions is losing 20-0, I'm changing the channel.
Why would you
That's
change
for
the
sure.
channel if the Lions is winning 28
No,
nothing?
no. If the Lions is losing 28-0, if the Lions is winning 20-0, I'm gonna keep watching. But if Michigan State is
No, if the
winning
Lions
28 to
was losing
nothing,
28-0, I would still watch. You want to know why? Look what happened the first week. They played the 49ers. They were what were they losing at the half? 21-7.
but they came back against the third string. Then they come back against the first string, and they put the first string back in the game and lost the game.
So
That's when they
who
lost.
fought is that? The 49ers or is that the Lions fought? They thought the game was over, right? So they put their third string in, right? So it had to have some suspense to it, right? Right. See, gotcha. See,
Oh my
I
God.
told man, just let me put the horse in front of the carriage. I'm gonna get you there.
Okay. I'm gonna try.
I'm telling you.
Alabama, Cincinnati. That game was a close game, like I thought it would be. I didn't think that they would blow them out, and I was glad to see that Cincinnati played as well as they did. I thought I actually thought it probably would have been a little bit closer, but the talent that Alabama was just much more stronger than Cincinnati. Michigan versus Georgia. I still think that game should have been much closer, but you can attest to this. Most games are won and lost in warm-ups. Most games are won and lost in warm-ups. I'm watching the warm-ups, and I see Georgia with this business look about them. They're going through their warm-ups, and they got the look on their faces totally different than the look on the Michigan players' face. The look on the Michigan players' face is like, yeah, we're gonna go out and we're gonna beat them. Georgia's like, yep, you got work to do. And I said right then and there.
You assess that from the warm-ups?
Yes, easily. When they running out of the tunnel,
did they turn your cable off? Was you
no,
watching it on?
No, they
Man,
did not.
that game was over before they shouldn't even been there. Let's be realistic today. Let's not play pretend. Let's be real. They shouldn't even been there.
Michigan should have been there.
How many tackles did Aiden Hutchinson have?
2 or 3.
How many sacks did he have?
None. I already knew it. I'm not saying the kid's overrated. I'm not saying the kid's overrated.
So my
but
point,
he's not the kid that everybody keeps saying.
Back to prior shows. My point back to prior shows. The University of Victims. That's what they are, victims. The University of Victims are making a mockery out of the Heisman. 3 years ago, you sent Peppers down there. What did he do? He didn't even play in the bowl game against Florida State. And you got, like they say, you got your head. They took you out to the woodshed and they waxed your tail. Okay, this game, this year, you said Aiden Hutchinson. He comes runner up. You go against Georgia, you do nothing. Now he's supposed to be the first pick in the draft.
Aiden Hutchinson should not have been a Heisman candidate. We agree on this. I agree on this 100%. I'm not saying the kid's not good. I'm just saying that he is not as good as everybody says he is. I will always say that the defensive player from Alabama should have been there if there was going to be a defensive player there.
How do you assess that one too? How?
Have you watched the kid play? The linebacker 51? I can't think of his name right now.
Okay, I'm gonna pay attention Monday. Because when I watched the Cincinnati game, I didn't see what you were talking about. I seen a few little things, but I didn't see nothing to pick up the phone and call my mom and say, "Hey, this guy from Alabama." No, I didn't see that.
All right, we got a comment from Simone Joy Moore. That makes me laugh. Warm-ups. Before getting on a horse for a race, you always check it out in the ring before it takes the field because every context on the day can make a difference where the best is surpassed by the underdog. So if I'm reading that correctly, it looks like she is supporting me. Thank you for coming in from LinkedIn, Miss Simone Joy Moore. Let's see here. And this is our almost last time we're going to be talking about college football for the year. We have the national championship game, which we're going to do some predictions at the end of the show. And college basketball will be taking up a little bit more time moving forward today in our show because we have the national championship game, which is in Indianapolis. Monday night we have Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide taking each other on ESPN.
Uncle Nick.
Uncle Nick. As always, don't forget to get the book Griffin's Journey Every Day by Mr. Marcus Holmes. Please go to Amazon and get that as a quick delivery. You want to make sure that you are grateful in everything that you do and forget that you have somebody's looking out for you. Well, I don't know what your higher power is, but I can tell you my higher power makes me grateful for everything that I have because I can remember a time where I didn't have what I have. Don't forget to click like, click share, get to get on the phone, let your friends know. And that Felix will come out back on the internet and they arguing about and talking about and and just having a good time talking about sports on this technically second Saturday of the year 2022. We want to thank everybody for joining us. We're going to move into our NBA. NBA time right now. Right now we have in the Eastern Conference, we have the Bulls, Nets, Bucks, Heat, 76ers, and Cavaliers. 76ers have moved up a few spots. Cavaliers have moved back one. In the Western Conference, we got the Suns, Warriors, Jazz, Grizzlies, Mavericks, and the Lakers, with the Mavericks moving up. The Mavericks have moved up a couple spots as well. And so there's some movement in the NBA. And the All-Star teams will be announced soon. And looking at the numbers, it doesn't look like LeBron's going to be a captain this year. It looks like if things stay the way they are, that Steph Curry and KD will be the captains. You think that'll be a marketable change in the way they pick the teams this year?
Oh, man, because he don't play no D, man. I told you, man. I'm not no Curry. What's the other cat name?
Now, this is the
The guy
All-Star
they
game.
played last night for the Hawks. Trey Young, man, I don't play no D, man.
Did you watch did you watch the All-Star game last year? And it was just a 3-point, a 5-point, a 7-point fest. How they shoot from the different spots and get more points. Look like the old MTV Rock'em Sock'em basketball games.
Absolutely.
They're gonna start raising the basket. They're gonna start raising the
double
basket
dribbles.
in a minute.
What's the other one named? Jams. What was the other name? Jams. Whatever.
You used to have the All-Star games on MTV where you could shoot from a certain spot, and then they would raise the basket to a certain height.
Right.
They would have like 3 baskets up there.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
That's what that reminded me of last year. It was entertaining to watch.
Oh man, they don't play no D, man.
Oh, they never play defense in All-Star games. Of course
they do. I mean, you got some players that play defense, but they don't play no defense.
They play defense if the
then,
game is close.
This is another thing. I got to agree with Charles Barkley. How is Klay Thompson on the All-Star team? I mean, to get voted.
That's right. He should have never been he never should have been able to be voted for. That's not fair.
Exactly.
Taking a spot away from somebody who could have made it. John Morant could have been a starter. A top 5 person. So he's quote unquote technically a starter. But that's not fair. I agree with that 100%. 100%. No. But did you see that picture of Charles Barkley in the Charles Barkley doppelganger, the guy with the fade with the little Jerry curl on it from the 80s?
Yeah, I saw that.
I laughed so hard when I saw that. He kept saying, "That's not me." I don't know who that guy is, but knowing Chuck, that probably is here. Let's get back to topic. In the Eastern Conference, we got the Bulls sitting in first place, looking pretty strong. The Nets are holding on. You got Milwaukee, Miami, 76ers, and Cavaliers. I'm still really surprised to see Cavaliers in that 6th spot. They're sitting pretty strong there. They haven't moved too far for what they have on that team. They're doing pretty well. I'm really surprised with that. The Bulls, I'm not so surprised. You got Deadshot DeMar DeRozan over there. He holding them up, and Caruso. Those 2 guys are playing some serious ball. And the Nets. Kyrie is back. Played his first game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw a little bit. I mean, he's still in basketball shape. I mean, they coming out the East, they're gonna be the favorite. Yeah. It's gonna be between them and Milwaukee, but they're gonna be the favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit because I had Kyrie in my Stupid Sports. I'm gonna go and do it now. Do you think Kyrie sitting out was load management?
No. I think this guy wants to be the face of the NBA, and he's not. Nobody talks about Kyrie Irving like they do Kevin Durant, or they talk about James Harden. He wants to be, when you say the Brooklyn Nets, it's Kyrie Irving. Like when you said Chicago Bulls, it was Michael Jordan. When you said the Los Angeles Lakers, it was Magic Johnson. When you said the Celtics, it was Larry Bird. That's where he wants to be. No, not when you hire 2 other superstars that are better than you. No.
That's
why you think he left Cleveland.
I think he was. I think you can say that I would say that he's better than Harden because come crunch
Better
time,
than Harden.
because here's why. Come playoff crunch time, Harden, you find him on the milk carton. Kyrie still steps up in big games in the playoffs. Harden, on the other hand, you can find him on the milk carton. KD steps up.
Oh, wait.
In the playoffs, James Harden, you can't find him.
Wait.
You can't find him in the playoffs.
When Kyrie was in Boston, Kyrie wasn't showing up like that.
That's because he didn't want to be there. He didn't care.
Who?
That's because he didn't want to be there and he didn't care.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to start the new year, hun, son. Okay. Well, in Cleveland, the first year, not the year when they won it, the first year. He didn't show up there when they lost to Golden State, when he hurt his knee.
Yeah, and it's that famous video of them on the sideline where LeBron is trying to talk to him and he like this.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you saying James Harden? Okay, James Harden was part of the Big Three in Oklahoma City that lost to LeBron and them with the Heat. You telling me James Harden didn't show up that series?
Okay, all right, I can lend credence to that. But what has he done since? When he was in Houston by himself, he couldn't get out of the first round.
You just said it. See how you answered your own question?
I agree with you. In OKC.
No. Go back and say what you just said before that.
In OKC, I agree with you.
No. When you said when he was in Houston, he was what?
He couldn't get out of the first round because he.
No, that's not what you said. What did you say? You said when he was in Houston, he was what? By himself. So what you expect?
But when you by yourself, you're supposed to be able to carry the team. You can't go 0 for 15 on 3-pointers in Game 7.
Okay.
And shoot
I'm gonna show you how that statement right there is flawed. If that was the case, Mike wouldn't have went home all the times to Detroit. If you say he could carry a team, Mike was carrying the Bulls.
But Mike didn't go 0 for 15. Mike was still putting up points and numbers. He didn't have anybody else to carry.
Mike went home, right?
He went home, yes.
So that's my point.
But Mike still put up a better effort towards the effort, where James Harden didn't put up an effort at all. He out there crying to the ref and shooting air balls.
Okay, so we're going to take the man that averaged 35 a game for how many seasons to one game where he went 0 for 15?
In the regular season. You got to do it when it counts. If you get sent home, like Dame Lillard, Dame gets sent home, but Dame's still putting up 45.
So if Dame putting up 45, is Dame getting out the first round? No.
Dame went out in the first or second round his whole career. They went to the conference finals
first or second round the whole career.
Didn't he went to the conference finals once? And he's been pretty much by himself. Dame.
Who, James Harden?
No, Dame Lillard, Dame time. Dame up there putting up points. He getting sent home because
how many times has he been out the first round? All the time.
Yeah, I agree. Still first round, but he's making the effort. He's not out there 0 for
How are you making an effort if you're not getting out the first round?
He's trying. The point is, if you look at the numbers, the numbers don't say he's not trying to get out the first round. The numbers say that there's no support. So when you look at James Harden,
when Carmelo was in Denver, was he trying? Because he didn't get out the first round either.
He did a little bit better. And for the most part, he was out of the first round. He made two conference finals once or twice, and he was by himself. But look at his numbers. His numbers were still showing that he was trying. His numbers, he was still putting up 30 a night in the playoffs. He didn't go on the milk cart like James Harden.
So you would take Carmelo over James Harden?
A prime, yes. Carmelo in his prime.
In their prime?
Carmelo in his prime over Harden in a heartbeat. Carmelo? Yes. Neither one of them play defense, so that's a wash.
Okay.
Offense.
Okay, Carmelo don't play defense either.
Carmelo gonna make sure he do what he needs to do offensively. He's gonna depend on his teammates to do things defensively that he can't do or don't choose to do. Same thing, James Harden. But James Harden get out there and game 5, 6, and 7.
I'm gonna show you how that's flawed too. Okay, so take James Harden off that OKC team that went against Miami. Do they make the finals? With just Durant and Westbrook, do they make the finals?
Probably
Here, let me
not.
help you. No. Okay, that's my point.
I agree with you. I agree with you. He had help. He was able to play his role. He was able to do things because he was the third option. He wasn't the first. He wasn't the second.
Okay,
He was the
so my
third
point.
option.
Okay, so my point is, Carmelo was what option
One.
in Denver?
One.
Okay, I'll give you one better. What option was he in New York?
One.
He was one. No,
Who?
he was one over Stoudemire. No,
That was Stoudemire was later in his career.
Stoudemire was on the Knicks.
Yeah, no, but that was
So
Stoudemire
he
later in
was
his career.
so Stoudemire was two, and Carmelo was one.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Stoudemire was later in his career.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Stoudemire was later in his career. It wasn't a young Stoudemire out there doing like he was before. And Carmelo was always the one option.
When Carmelo,
Even when
okay,
he was in
I'm
New York.
about to show you something. When Carmelo got hurt, they went on a 10-game winning streak without Carmelo. Carmelo came back. If you go back and look, Miami came second. No, Cleveland. It wasn't Miami. I'm sorry. LeBron had went back to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron them finished second. And they didn't even have a top spot in the East that year. The Knicks did. They ended up beating the Knicks. The Knicks swept them the whole season without Carmelo. So how can you say Carmelo was one when Stoudemire was there and they swept them the whole year?
But who won in the playoffs?
Huh?
Who won the playoffs?
Cleveland did. You want to know why? Because Carmelo came back and messed the run up.
So you think
that was the biggest? That was when not Derek Fisher had him. The guy after Derek Fisher. He's an assistant coach on the Lakers now. That's who had him there. They were good until Carmelo came back. He stopped the ball movement.
Okay. I think we have to agree to disagree on this one. I still think James Harden will be on James Harden will be on the Harden. And even last year's playoffs, where did James Harden go? James Harden it was just the two of them because Kyrie was hurt. It was Harden.
It was James Harden. It was James Harden and Durant coming off of Achilles. Okay, what did Carmelo do in Portland? Nothing.
Score. Score.
That's how I know I got you. That's why you laugh.
That's what he did, score. Because Kamau in Portland, he came in as a sixth man. And Dame ran the first team, and Kamau.
Okay, so it was Dame, CJ McCollum, and the rest of them. So your next best on the bench is Carmelo.
That's why he was the sixth man. Wasn't he the sixth man of the year or the comeback player of the year, something like that?
No, sorry, no, not at all.
But he was definitely coming off the bench.
So that's what I'm saying is right now. So right now you take Carmelo over James Harden. Right now.
Not right now. No, not right now.
Okay, so right now you take Harden.
Yeah. That's it.
But in their prime, when he was at OKC and he was in New York or Denver, either or, you would take Carmelo?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be fired. You'd be fired like today is Saturday. You'd be fired.
and I agree with you on that.
Please
because
tell
both of those guys are coach killers. I agree with you because both of those guys are coach killers. Where's that time?
I'm going to see. You know why I'm going to take James Harden? James Harden can get his own shot. Carmelo ain't taking you to the basket like that.
I don't know. I'm about to let you take your guy. I would have to take Carmelo.
Yeah, you'll be fired. Breaking news, you'll be fired.
Well, thank Mr. Mike Flanoyo for joining us. Once again, Ms. Simone Joy Moore off of LinkedIn. Thank you for joining us this morning. As you can see, Felix and I running off on a beautiful tangent, talking about NBA players and everything like that. Let's see here. And once again, don't forget to click like, click share, get everybody involved, and get them on the phone. It's Saturday morning barbershop time. We want to be in every barbershop in America talking sports and have them chime in. They can easily chime in, and we'll make sure we include them in our conversations. And we want to make sure we say thank you and for joining us once again this morning. As always, click like, click share, get the book, Mr. Marcus Holmes right there. See that young man right there? He is the man behind the plan. He is the wizard in the box right now. And we want to say good morning and happy New Year to him. And so you want to make sure he don't show his face. We want to make sure his face is included in the show. Okay, there you go. The light is out the way. So you can see, look at that face. Look at that. There you go. There you go right there. Get the book. Pray for this journey every day. Go to Amazon and get you a few orders and get them for birthdays and special occasions throughout the year. And because the proceeds go to support children in school and scholarships. We don't make any money off of this. But this is a labor of love that we come here every other Saturday and have fun and talk about sports and argue about NBA. Let's see here. In the West, you got the Suns, Warriors, Jazz, Grizzlies, Mavericks, and Lakers. The Mavericks have moved up 2 spots.
Yes.
They are starting to play a little bit better ball right now. They got the second generation kid playing point guard. He's more like a 2 right now, playing a 2, doing pretty well. As always, Dirk is putting up his numbers. The Mavs just retired Dirk Nowitzki's number the other night, and that was a big thing down here in Dallas. Everybody was talking about it. Thank you, Sandra Beavers. Thank you, Aaron Travis, for joining us this morning. We're talking about the NBA Western Conference. And a couple of notable games this week. At least a notable game. Knicks and the Celtics buzzer beater rematch is today. I think it's today or tomorrow. And Milwaukee last night served notice on the Nets, 121 to 109. Do you think that you think they were sending a message, or do you think that they just had a good game?
No, they ain't send no message, man. I told you the favorite is like I say, the favorite gonna be Brooklyn. Brooklyn or Milwaukee. Now the sleeper might be Boston. Yeah, it might be Boston. See, you know what? We don't know because we ain't got to the trade deadline yet. So we don't know what's gonna happen. That's when it's gonna really get good. After the trade deadline in February, that's when you're gonna really see. Really, technically, you can't really say Boston because, like I said, we got to wait till the trade deadline. Right now, the sleeper would be Chicago. Real talk. They are balling. I know one team it won't be. That team that's 7-30. You know who that is, don't you?
7-32. 7-32.
Okay, well, my bad. I was off by 2. You know who that is, right?
That's next on the topic. The reason I know is because I looked it up last night. They are 31 out of 32
the Detroit Pistons. Ain't that something?
They're not in the basement anymore. They're one game above the team that's lower than them, which was it Orlando?
Okay.
I think it was.
So they got one less speeding ticket than 7 other people. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
got rid of him. I told y'all, man, not to pick him, man. Trash. I told y'all. Nobody wants to listen to the little guy.
That's one thing we definitely agreed on. They should have picked the other guy. I'm not saying that Cade was a bad pick. I just think that the other kid would have been
He wasn't a good pick neither.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's going to have a good NBA career, but is he going to have the NBA career that we're going to need expect out of him?
In the what? G League?
He's going to have a good NBA career. I can put that. I can say I'm not saying he's going to have an Hall of Fame career. I'm not saying he's going to be a consistent All-Star player, but he's going to have a consistent enough career where people are going to want to put him on their team. I put it like
that. Who?
Cade. Cade's going to have a good career. I'm not saying he's going to be
all
world.
Let me ask you this. Let's play pretend. It's a new year. Let's play pretend. What's good about him?
I can tell you the first thing that's good about him is
the dog even know. The dog even know, man. The dog even knows.
They just locked the boy up, and I got to get somebody to come get him out. I didn't lock him up, so
See,
now
the dog even know. That's what hey man, send that dog over here. I got some tricks and treats for him. Send that dog over here. What's good about him?
I think Cade is good. First of all, his leadership. That's the first thing I can say. He's a good leader. He's his leadership. His leadership amongst the team respects him as they know he's going to be the face of the team, the face of the league moving forward. And I think also his offensive game is pretty much ahead of where it should be at this point in his career as an offensive player. His defense, of course, that needs to be worked on. Is he really a floor general? I would not say so. I would not say that he's a floor general just yet. And,
is he a top 10 point guard?
Not right now, no.
Is he a top 15 point guard?
No, not yet. Not yet, because and it reflects in what his and what he in what the team is. And right now he's the number 31 dog a point guard in the league. If the team is
it's only 32 teams in the league. So you tell me he only one better than the last point guard that's better?
Yeah. If your record reflects that,
okay. So it's okay. Let me make sure I'm understanding you right. It's 32 teams in the league. Mm-hmm. So he's 31 best of the 32 teams that's in the league.
According to the record of the team, yes. Will he get better? Yes. But right now, you numbers don't lie. If your numbers say you're 31, you're the 31 best point guard in the league.
So
31st.
So Patty Mills is better than Cade Cunningham? That's the guard at Brooklyn.
According to the numbers. But I say one-on-one, if they play one-on-one, will Cade beat him? Yes.
This is going, you know what, Mr. Williams, this is going to be a good year. This is going to be a good year. This is going to be a great year. Ain't that what he told him in Revenge of the Nerds? We're going to have a good year. This is going to be a great year.
Of course it's going to be a great year. Now, I'm going to rephrase what I said. According to the numbers, is he the 31st point guard in the league? Yes. One-on-one playing against Patty Mills, would he beat Patty Mills? I would probably say yes. But Patty Mills is in a better situation with a better team.
So if Cade is 31, what is Jalen Green?
Jalen who?
Jalen Green. The guy that went number 2 to Houston. What is he?
His team is what 26 right now, 27? Their record isn't very much better. Their 4 games better than the Pistons. Is he? But like I said, one-on-one playing some of the guys, is he a better point guard than some of the players, some of the teams that have better records? Yes. But looking at the numbers, that's what the numbers say.
I guess it's like in the movie The Temptations, when David Ruffin told Eddie Kendricks, "You better leave before you get fired." I'm just, man. Okay. I guess. Okay.
So
like you said, we gonna have a great year. We can argue this. Man, I'm lost. And GPS can't even help me. I'm lost.
We want to thank Sandra Beavers, Ann Travis, Dan Williams, Arcel Weary, Eunice Hunter, and Tammy Williams for coming out this morning. Thank you so much. We are wrapping up our NFL talk for the day. We're moving into the NFL, and the NFL biggest news this week is we got 2 big news for this week. Of course, we got Sunday's outburst from Mr. Antonio Brown, but before that, we got Flu Rona in California. Flu Rona in California, and they are talking about moving the Super Bowl to Dallas. You think that's gonna happen?
I mean, for the safety, I would, because the fans are what makes the NFL. Besides, the owners and everything. Yeah, I mean, why not? Move it to Jerry's World. Why not? Because where it's supposed to be anyway.
It's supposed to be in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, move it to Jerry's World. Let Jerry host it, man. Let them get some of that money, man. I mean,
of course they would have to pay. Of course, they would have to pay LA so much, but I don't think that's a big deal. Seeing is you're going from 80,000 fans to 110,000 fans for the Super Bowl, and possibly more, so they can make that. There's just that overage by itself in terms of seating. They could pay that to Los Angeles for lost wages and compensation.
But then
Also,
you
like
got to figure. But then, like you just said, you going from 80,000 fans to 100,000 fans. How many of that 100,000 is vaccinated? And how many of that 100,000 gonna wear a mask? And how many of that 100,000 gonna social distance? And I mean, if my thing is this, if you're going to do it and move it to Dallas, start preparing now for it. You know what I'm saying? So they can get the things they need to get your ducks in order, line your ducks in order, so you can get ready for it. Because we don't know. I mean, every week is something new. First it was the Omicron virus, now now it's the flu virus, now flu Rona. I mean, who knows? They're gonna make some Super Bowl Rona or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but
I can answer your
I'm
first
not the
question.
CDC and I'm not Mr. Ferocity, but I know we need to get a grip on it if you're gonna host a big event like that. Because now you got people coming from all parts of the country, all parts of the world. Now you take that back. Somebody go to the Super Bowl, they get infected, they come back to work and give it to you. Now you done brought it to the dog, my man that's barking like, come, you want me to bite him? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, look, this is no laughing matter. We need to get a hold on this, but all seriousness, yeah, start putting. That's what y'all gonna do. Roger Goodell, who is the commissioner, start now. The Super Bowl is next month. It's 7 days. We're 7 days into the new year. Get it together, or leave it
We're
alone.
5 weeks away. 5 weeks away from the Super Bowl. Now, I can answer your question. What's going to happen in Texas? They may be vaccinated. They do a good job of vaccinating down here, but they are not wearing any masks unless they say you can't get in the door with it on. That's the only way. In Texas, they don't care. They won't. Back in Michigan, I know they put them back on virtual. Down here, they in school, mask or no mask. My kids went to school with the kids back in Michigan on virtual. No, they don't care. You're going to school. You're going to work. We're not shutting things down in Texas. We are Texas, and we're going to do things the Texas way. And I guarantee you, that's why they're talking about bringing it to Texas, because they're going to have people on TV. Some people may wear their masks voluntarily, but I can guarantee you, if they bring the Super Bowl down here, it won't be, you got to wear a mask. They may say you got to be vaccinated. They may do that much. And people down here, for the most part in Texas, have been doing a good job of getting vaccinated. And it's to the point now, even the governor last week asked for government assistance for the first. I can never hear. I'll never remember this time I've been here. The governor asked for government assistance for getting people vaccinated. Was the first time I've ever seen anything like that. So I think that they're taking it a bit more serious, seeing that these numbers are starting to rise again. So that really shocked me, because our governor down here, they call him Hot Wheels because he's in a wheelchair, which is kind of disrespectful, but they call him Hot Wheels because
Right.
they say Hot Wheels
Okay.
got to call the CDC, need some help. So this will be a good spot for it. The weather may be warm enough where they can open up the roof.
The roof.
You
Right.
can open up the roof and have pretty much have it like an outdoor game, and the stadium will be big enough to hold everybody. So I'll be looking forward to it, because that will give me a better opportunity to find some tickets to go to the Super Bowl, which has always been my goal, to go to the Super
You
Bowl.
sure like to rub stuff in, don't you?
If I get 2 tickets, I'll put you on a flight, get you down here. We go see the Super Bowl.
Man, I'm not coming down there, man.
You heard the offer, everybody. You heard the offer. You turned it down.
You know what? And then you know what? You will have a ticket inside the stadium, and my ticket will be outside the stadium watching on a jumbotron or something. Man, you ain't finna give me that.
Why would I do that? I would get us two
I seen
seats
that
together.
episode of Friends. You're not about to
Oh,
know. I ain't.
Lord. Why would I do that?
Have me standing somewhere talking about, excuse me, miss, can you tell me where the basement is to the Alamo? There's no basement in the Alamo. Nah. Nope.
Oh, man. That would be the worst thing ever. That's unacceptable. I wouldn't do nothing like that. That'd be too deep. I could never do that. That's not right. But today we got a couple of good football games. We got Kansas City and Denver. Kansas City is
Oh,
still
yeah, that
trying
is
to.
tonight. Sure is.
Yep. Both games are on the NFL Network. Kansas City plays Denver. Kansas City is in the playoffs, and they're trying to jockey for having home field advantage, I should say, for at least a couple games. Dallas and Philadelphia are Dallas is in. Philadelphia is trying to get in. I think it was somebody who was supposed to play each other. Even if it's a tie, both teams go. I forget what game that way. I think it's the Dallas game. But I know Dallas is already in the playoffs, and I think Philadelphia is trying to get in. This is a age-old rivalry. My friends from Philadelphia at work, they every year they have some kind of a bet about who gonna win. They trade jerseys. Somebody win, they gotta wear the other team jersey. All that crazy
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Sunday we got probably the best game to me because Cincinnati's in the playoffs. Cleveland is not, but that's a pride game. The state of Ohio game. You got San Francisco and the Rams, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. The other I hate you game, the border war, the Chargers and the Vegas Raiders game, the pretty stadium game. That's another one of my bucket lists is going to see a game in SoFi as well as in Vegas. Those stadiums are absolutely beautiful. I want to see at least one game, and I've driven past both of them, and I'll be driving past the
Oh,
Vegas
okay.
one again soon. But those stadiums, the Chargers and the Rams are in SoFi. The Vegas Raiders have their own stadium, and it's all that stadium is
If you drove
all.
by there, why you just didn't go up there?
Well, they weren't open at the time. They weren't open. They were
You
still being
make it open.
okay. You want to be
You
Ahmad
didn't
Aubrey?
drive your car through the gate. Make it open. I thought it was open. Officer, I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. They be having another trial for Kamau Williams like they did Ahmad Aubrey, but in construction sites. He
Nah,
ain't
you
got no
just gotta
business.
when he pulled you over, just say, "I'm Kamau Williams. I'm a Detroit police officer." I thought it was open. And then he would have told you, "Son, that badge has no jurisdiction down here."
Okay, so now I'm Axel Foley.
Hey, that's a vote. Absolutely. See, now we're progressing. Now you put that horse in front of the carriage, right? Yeah, Maxwell Foley from Detroit Police.
Uh-huh,
Right.
uh-huh. Yeah. Hey, wake up. I'm sorry, officer, I'm sorry.
Absolutely. That's
That's
what
how
you
the
got.
LAPD, that's how the LAPD do people. That's for sure.
What's the worst can happen? 90 days in jail?
I can't afford 90 days in jail. Come back to no job. The house
Well,
be gone.
can you
Children
imagine? Could you
older.
imagine doing the show from jail?
It wouldn't be. I can't say it wouldn't be, but trying to get the things in jail to do the show, I can't think about the phone and how it would get there.
Hey, your ratings will go up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure it would. If that phone had to go up somewhere to get in that building, and I'm not trying
Yeah,
to
you're
take
right. And then look, guess what? We can have R. Kelly sing the theme song. No, I'm playing, man. Let me stop. I quit. I quit. Let me stop. I quit. I quit. I'm sorry. I quit.
and we
I
got
quit.
probably and now the second most intriguing game of the weekend. You got New England and Miami. Miami has a habit of beating up on New England in Miami.
Yes, they do. They do. Hey,
Seems
when
like
it counts.
yeah, well, yeah, it was 2 years ago when Tom was there. They went down to Miami and they got beat up on and stopped them from
Yes.
having home field advantage in the playoffs. New England is
Yes.
still trying to get in the playoffs. They're very very close, and I think if they win this game, that they will get in. And I think both teams need to win to get in. So that's probably down in the Hard Rock Stadium in the hood in Miami. They're gonna have a great game, and that is Sunday night. I want to say. I think that's a Sunday night game. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. NFL, and we're going to talk about Antonio Brown once we get to the stupid sports news, because if that ain't stupid sports news, I don't know what it is. That's about as dumb as you can get. But we're gonna table that conversation.
You know what? On that subject, I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't. I mean, the track pattern, just
Yeah.
the pattern. It's like every time he's set due to make some money,
Mm-hmm.
he loses.
Yeah. Let's hold
He
on to
could
that.
be
Hold on.
right now as we speak it, he could be living off that Oakland Raiders with the Las Vegas Raiders contract.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have just stayed quiet for 48 hours, he would have had like $90 million.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't even stay quiet.
Yeah.
It's like but I mean, I got conflicting reports. I got that Bruce Arians told him to go in the game. He said his ankle was hurting. Then I heard that he was set to make so much money for how many catches he made this year, and they weren't throwing him the ball. So I don't know. Do I think do I think he's done in the NFL? No. There's 32 teams out there. And as long as the Lions and the Cowboys got a hat in the race, Detroit might not sign him. Jerry will sign him.
Well, let's table that. Let's table that. Let's go and talk about a little bit of college basketball. We got because I definitely want to get into that. I'm definitely going to get to that with you. We got the Baylor Bears once again at number 1. They come to TCU over this weekend. I wouldn't mind going down to Fort Worth to watch that game. We have Duke at number 2. Purdue still at 3. Gonzaga at 4. UCLA, who has caught fire since they beat Michigan State last year, and they are at 5. Kansas at 6. USC at 7. Arizona at 8. Auburn at 9. And we have Michigan State Spartans at 10 at 12 and 2. And we are. I'm not surprised that Baylor is still number 1. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised that Duke is in second place. Purdue, they said they were going to have a good team this year, and it looks like Michigan State and Purdue are on a collision course in the Big Ten. For the Big Ten championship, they play twice.
Yeah, today is the rivalry.
Say it again.
Today is the rivalry. Michigan and Michigan State play today.
No, they postponed the game. Michigan has corona issues, so they don't have enough to play.
You know what? See, this, okay, I get it. It is. Okay. Like we just said in the past segment. Yes, corona is for real. Do you, and I'm not trying to be funny in no way, and I'm not trying to disrespect what's going on in no way. Do you not notice every time they up against a challenge, they come with that? No, I'm not even trying to be funny. Real for real. All jokes aside. When they had to play Ohio State, all of a sudden they got corona. You go up against Michigan State today at 2:30. Do you see the pattern, or is it just me?
Well, this is what happened last year, a year and a half ago with basketball too. Michigan had to postpone the game against Michigan State.
Right, I understand, but I'm just saying when it's up against some type of fierce, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's always. That's why I'm thankful that you told me, because I thought the game was still. So the game is postponed now.
The game is postponed.
See,
now, you also look at the time, and like you said, look at the time. Michigan basketball right now is at a low point.
It's trash.
Nowhere near they should be playing right now. So they hope they get some more practice time in. Quarantine the team together, make everybody stay in the same couple rooms together, build some camaraderie, and come back ready to play in a couple of weeks. As a coach, I get that 100%. But you games on schedule. You got to be prepared. You and I both know that there's enough people on that team to play that game. Whether you got to pull some people off your practice squad, who normally people on the squad are just as good or better than people that are on your regular roster. If somebody
you got to think about it too like this. You got to think about it too like this. Let's say he did go the route you just mentioned, and he put 3 walk-ons out there, 2 scholarship players, and whatever. And Tom come full loaded. Man, you already know what that outcome gonna be.
I agree.
So it's kind of smart in Jawan's but I'm just saying, I just noticed the pattern. Every time it's like, would the game been postponed if they were playing Oakland?
Probably not.
Would the game would have been postponed if they was playing University of Detroit?
Yeah, I'm saying UD. No. Bakari Alexander would have been like, hey, we playing this game. Y'all come on down here on Illinois.
Exactly.
In 6
that's what I'm saying.
Play this game.
Howard Isley, he on the staff too. So you know what I'm saying? I just pay attention to patterns. And I see like that. It's always that pattern.
I agree. We want to thank Kevin Collins for joining us today. If it's the Kevin Collins I think it is, thank you, sir. Great dancer, guy who taught me how to ballroom and bop, and great chop dancer. Thank you so much for joining us. We got Beverly James. Thank you for joining us this morning as we are talking about college basketball. In about another minute or so, we're going to lead technically into our stupid sports news. We got a little lead in for that. Right now, we're discussing college basketball as we see it right now. The teams that we have the top 10 and the University of Michigan and Michigan State playing their rivalry game today, which is going to be postponed due to Corona. Click like, click share, get your friends involved. Even though we come around the last bit of the day, we still want you to join us and be involved and talk to us. If you got comments, put your comments in there, and we will always make sure we acknowledge you and your comments. Thank you so much for joining us again. University of Michigan basketball this year is not going where they thought they would be, not playing up to the potential. So it hurts me to see that they would postpone this game. But for practical reasons and safety reasons, I can see why that is. The question I put up on for today was what happened. I wonder what happened that they went from being a top 5 team in the preseason to being on a milk carton. I wonder what happened with that. And they lost to Rutgers the other day, and the kid trying to fight in the handshake line. They restraining guys, send them to the locker room because the guy want to fight. You got a coach last year trying to fight another coach, and you got this year you got players trying to fight each other in the layup line. Did you see the kid that punched the kid in the layup line and he got arrested? Yeah, they was trying to avoid that. Have you seen that?
No, I didn't even care. What team was this?
I'm gonna send that video to you. It's 2 kids in line. He's shaking hands, and one kid went to shake his hand and he mopped him right in the mouth and came down with a couple more punches. And another kid jumped on top of him. Yeah, I don't know if that was in the spring or that was his fall, but yeah, this was some kids in the suburbs. I'm talking cold. It was kids in the suburbs.
Oh, so this is in Texas.
No, this wasn't in Texas. It was in suburban America somewhere where this fight happened.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it was down there. Like y'all didn't start doing that.
We've had plenty of incidents as well. We fight.
So all my exes live in Texas.
I'm not saying just in Texas. I'm talking about in the hood. And that's like that's why they have to oftentimes when they go to shake hands. That's when the security guards come on the court.
Right, Booby Miles.
Because they know that there's some people who that don't necessarily like each other. Your cousin at the other school, they're talking junk the whole time. Now you got to play each other. All right, we're gonna go ahead and lead into stupid sports news, and we got a little lead in. Take it away, Mr. Holmes. All right. We're gonna start with will Harbaugh leave for the NFL?
Stupid sports news.
Can you hear me? Did we lose you? Oh shoot! Don't tell me.
I did.
Okay. You said, do you think that's? I put that as the part of stupid sports news. Will Harbaugh leave for the NFL?
Absolutely.
You think so?
They'd be smart, you leave. Okay.
No.
I'm glad I'm on this show. Thank you for being on. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Wednesday, Aiden Hutchinson declared for the draft. Thursday,
He was singing. Ajabo.
Oh, Joppa. I'm sorry. He declared for the draft. Okay. Yesterday, Haskins declared for the draft. What are you coming back to? That's why you lost to Georgia. You abandoned the playbook in the first quarter. They went down the first drive and scored in 5 plays. Your next drive, you start playing ring around the rosies with the quarterbacks. You threw the whole playbook out the window right there. Kirby Smart was standing over like, I got him.
I'm gonna tell you what I know. We was talking about games won and lost in warm-ups. That first series too. When Michigan jumped off sides, I thought, oh no, this game is definitely over. Your first play from scrimmage, and you jump off sides. You get a false start. I said, nah, this is gonna be a long night. Because I can just tell by that whole time that it wasn't gonna be right. Do I think Harbaugh will leave for the NFL? Nope.
You think he coming back?
I think he's coming back. I really do. I think that they're floating stories in an effort to get him a better contract. For them to make it easier for NIL money to come to Michigan, for those kids to make more money so he can attract more and better players, and he can get a better contract. Because right now, his contract says he's pretty much making not very much. He had to take a pay cut. So strike when the iron's hot. Now here's my argument for him to go to the NFL. He won the Big Ten. He won the Big Ten championship. Played in the playoff. You got to strike when the iron's hot. The NFL remembers very well how much he pissed everybody off before he left. San Francisco 49ers were glad to let him go.
Yeah, but we talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. That's who's saying. That's what they're saying. The number one candidate.
They talk about the Raiders. They talk about the Raiders, and they talk about the Bears. He would be a better fit in the Raiders because the Raiders don't care about nothing, and they do what they want over there. So that's a good spot for him, which is also would be a good landing spot for Antonio Brown. So I can see that would be my scenario for Harbaugh to go. He would go to the Raiders, go to a team where there's no accountability because he don't like being held accountable for nothing. Because when people talk the truth to him about his losing, he makes an excuse. But do I think he's going to stay? Yes, because that's where he wants to be. His home and his heart has always been in Michigan. Even though he was at San Diego State, he was at Stanford.
So you're going to stay. Okay. So you're going to stay home. Okay. You just lost your top running back. You just lost a defensive end, and you just lost a linebacker. So you're going to stay home. You're going to stay home. Next year's schedule, state comes to you. You go down to Columbus.
No, you go back to state.
How?
You go back to state.
No, that's what I said. I said state comes to you. State comes to Ann Arbor.
No. They go back to East Lansing because they had played 2 in a row in Ann Arbor. Now they got to play 2 in a row in East Lansing.
So they play at state next year.
They play at state, yeah.
Okay. So you go back to East Lansing. Okay.
You got to go to Ohio State.
Right. What you think that record gonna be? Okay. So why? Okay. So then he's gonna say his excuse gonna be what? Well, I had to replace Haskins, and I had to replace Hutchinson, and I had to replace, and we don't even know whoever else is gonna leave. We don't know if Corum gonna transfer or nothing. You gonna come back to that when you can go coach the Raiders for free?
In my opinion, he should be able to go get with this new contract that he's gonna get. He should be able to go in and get some good transfers. Still a whole lot of good transfers out there who would love to come to Michigan. He got to be able to do it like Tuck doing it. If Tuck making it happen, why can't he? Why can't he bring in some players? Because right now you're looking at making McNamara. Or is who's number 9? McNamara or McCarthy?
12
number 9.
McNamara. 12 is McNamara.
So
I forget the other quarterbacks now.
So McCarthy. So McCarthy's looking at taking over. Because as you can see, his team speed is a whole lot faster than 12. So you got, if you're smart, you do what you did in San Francisco and put that offense around him like you did Kaepernick. You run that kind of offense, you're going to have a whole lot more success. But I don't think he's going to do that. Antonio Brown. Boogie down, Antonio Brown. That's the most outrageous thing I've seen that in Little League. I've seen it in high school. I've never seen that in college, and I've never seen that in pros. I've seen little kids on the side, I ain't playing this thing, and throw their helmet. I've seen that in Little League. I've seen it in high school. When coach cuts the kid out, take your jersey off and sit down on the bench, and you're going to go in the locker room and halftime, you're going to get dressed. I've seen that before. The kid on the side, that takes stuff off. He's mad. So I've seen that before. But I've never seen it in college or pros where a guy go off like that. That's outrageous. No matter what it was, there was no need for him to be that unprofessional. Whether it's he's not getting targets, we being disrespected, them expect him to play hurt and everything like that, that made no sense. So the stupid part about it is Antonio Brown out there putting his word out, trying to get ahead of the PR, even though he's already messed up. Do I see him playing in the league again? Unless it's the Raiders. I don't see any team. I don't even think Jerry would take a chance on him. He much he love taking chances on players. I don't think he would take a chance on him. I don't see that.
Sure he would. It's a business.
It's a business, definitely a business. And I don't think, because here's why. If it was Jerry by himself, yes. But with his son in his ear now, he wouldn't do it. Because there were some other players that they wanted to bring in that the son vetoed that had profiles like Antonio Brown. Ben Simmons, Still not playing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man. I'm like, wow,
That's
he's
that's gonna
still
be a
not playing.
mainstay.
That is,
That's
yeah,
a
that's something
mainstay.
different.
That's a mainstay in stupid sports too. Because that's if that ain't stupid, I don't know what it is as well.
He didn't
Mr.
sat out almost the whole year.
Say again?
I said he didn't sat out mostly the whole year,
Yep.
last year and including this year.
Yep. So
Wow.
he's been out about a good third of the season because it's about to be the All-Star break. We want to thank Chantel Mitchell, Donnie Russell, and Beverly James again for coming out. And we are coming down the line. Don't forget to join the sports talk group that we have on here. Thank you, Stacey English. Really quickly, it's time for us to get out of here. Monday night, Alabama, Georgia. Who you got?
Really? Roll Tide. 24-17.
I think it's gonna be a close game. I'd like to see Georgia win it, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I'm gonna go. We'll go to Alabama too. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna because I still think it's gonna be a close game. Not much closer than what they played before. You said 24-17. I'm gonna have to go either 21-25 or 21-28 Alabama. All righty. Next show is January 22nd. Thank you everybody for joining us. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming out and joining us. Thank you. Don't forget to join the Sports Talk group. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mom and them, tell all the barbershops. Turn us on in the morning and get involved because Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix is going to be a revolution in 2022. Yeah, everybody have a great, great weekend. Thank you, Mr. Felix.
Hey
Have a
man,
great
what's your dog name?
Samson.
Who?
Samson.
Hey, Samson. Fight him, Samson. Fight him.
Hilarious.